up every once in a while, either selling crypto or maybe I'll be in the game. Here are the 4 games I want LeBron to play. The drama game, Monday, March 21st in Cleveland. Ooh. I like that one. Tuesday, March 29th, the Luka, you're not quite ready to come into the superstar club yet game in Dallas. I want to see that one. Then we've got a game in Denver on ABC. The back-to-back MVP, Joker, coming for the crown of the West. I want to see that game. And then I want to see the old rivalry game against Golden State. Those are the games that LeBron sort of needs to play. And I don't say needs to play for Kevin Wildes. I think LeBron recognizes and has embraced the responsibility that he has within the league to sort of carry the league. And those are big games that would be fun to watch. But is there any reason to play a random game against the Rockets and risk more? Why, Nick?
What do you mean more? He's not injured. He is. Probably to his benefit. Hold on. Wait a second. First of all, I'm not sure if you're familiar with how the scoring title works. It's not total points scored. It's average per game.
I know.
So it is probably in his interest to miss certain games. So he's fresher for those other games. It's not about the scoring title. And it's not about Kareem's record. Everyone's like, oh, he's not going to do this because of Kareem's record. I don't think people understand how math works. He's going to break Kareem's record. He's 1,667 points away. So breaking Kareem's record is a fait accompli. 1,667, divide it by 25, and you'll be able to know how many games LeBron needs to pass Kareem. It's less than 70. It's not going to be hard because 25 is what he averages at a minimum. He's going to pass Kareem. So it's not about that, and it's not about winning the scoring title. It's about competing. What you're advocating for has been done never by anybody. So I don't think LeBron's going to start it. Oh, Nick, that's not true. He shut it down his first year with... Yes. Once they were mathematically eliminated from the playoffs. 2 days later, he shut it down. Once they were mathematically eliminated. Wildes just explained to us how not only are they not mathematically eliminated, they are currently in this new version of the playoffs where it's a play-in. So what are we talking about? Like, this is a first cousin, and you got there with the scoring title because you can't help yourself. You're like Adam in the Garden of Eden. You just got to eat that poisonous apple. It's the same poisonous tree of LeBron scoring points is bad and LeBron playing games is selfish. It's the whole, we live in Alice in Wonderland world. None of it makes sense that he's playing because he cares about his personal numbers, as opposed to, Brew, when he doesn't play, they lose to the Spurs. When he does play, they beat the Warriors. When he doesn't play, they lose to the Spurs. So yeah, they need him. And he didn't suffer an injury against Golden State. He's 37 years old, so he's not going to play every night, and he's going to have soreness, and there's going to be some load management. I'm not advocating against that, but you can't shut it down. Brew, I know you cannot advocate. You walked to school uphill 2 miles in 7 different cities. You're not advocating for shutting it down, Brew.
I did. No, look, I'm with you. I think you hit it. At the end of that spiel, you hit it on the head. Load management. That's what they need to do with LeBron. If he's sore, and he said it, remember he said it maybe a month ago, that this isn't getting better. It's going to be just like last year where I have to play through it. There's going to be pain. It won't get better until the offseason when I can rest. And so if you're in pain and you could play, but it still hurts you, then don't play. All right, don't force it back. And, Nick, I said it yesterday. The season is most likely over. Okay, sure. Puncher's chance. That's what they have because LeBron is so great and AD, when he comes back, will be great. But they are going to most likely play Phoenix in the first round if they even get out of the play-in. So don't break your back to play these games and try to win the championship. I mean, I hate to say it that way, but, there's 3 things LeBron really has important for him to achieve in his career now. And one of them's playing with his son, Bronny, which is long-term. The basketball things are win another championship, if not more, and break Kareem's scoring record. Both of those things are more likely to happen next season. So get right for next season. I think when he can play, if you're not putting yourself in danger, then sure, get him out there and play. But Nick, I think you're more concerned about the scoring title.
In my GOAT algorithm equation, scoring titles are very, very, very unimportant. Just letting you know. Not so one more, so it's not a big thing for me. Just letting you know, scoring titles is not a big part of my GOAT equation. But I know you guys are big Alex English
rings.
top 8
scoring
all-time
titles
guys.
And rings.
So I understand.
I think that's a good idea. I would not. No, here's the thing. The season is over. I don't see any reason for Frank Vogel to say, hopefully he's back with the Rockets. We can't beat the Rockets with Carmelo and Russ. Like, Vogel, figure it out.
Do it?
Hold
on.
Durant, no.
Should Durant do it? Why not? They're the 9th seed.
They've got a far better chance.
They've got a
far better chance.
Okay.
No, they've got a far better chance.
Well,
yeah, they do.
Vogel's got enough on his plate. You know.
But while that's why I think we've seen this change in Harden, because he's surrounded by so much talent that it's like a kid in a candy store for him.
Yeah. So I buy that the game is coming easier to him now, Broussard. But it's also true that he's trying harder now. And I don't necessarily think that's an indictment on his Brooklyn tenure, Nick, because I think there's a difference between shutting it down and not trying your hardest and just being on cruise control on the highway. You could be on cruise control at 70. You're still going pretty fast. But I think at this point when he went down to Philly, he took it off cruise control. He said, you know what? Let's drive 75 and really try to weave in and out of traffic.
Crazy.
Not safe, everyone, for your morning commute. But I'm just using it for a metaphor. Here's the thing, Nick. I felt like James Harden realized he had an image problem. That after how he left Houston and how he left Brooklyn, people were saying, this guy's a quitter. That's the narrative. And he went on TV with Cassidy after his second game. He had a big game. And he said, don't get it twisted. I love this game. And we were all like, meh, I'm allowed to get it a little twisted. He's like, okay, you know what I'm going to do? Lift weights after the game, which is not totally rare. Who's lifting weights with Embiid? He's like, you know what? This is how dedicated I am. And then after last night's game, in the most stairsiest city in all the world, James Harden's like, watch this. What do you think about old James Harden Balboa training on the steps? So I think he has taken it to another level that he is just trying harder. I never saw this in Barclays. Barclays has steps, and he never did this. So I think he's actively trying harder.
Wilds, I know this is going to border on unfair, but I think this was part training, part trolling. It was like, hey,